before we start the episode, I want us to take a deep breath together. So I'm going to count to 3. We're going to inhale, we're going to hold it, and then we're going to exhale, okay? 1, 2, 3, inhale, hold, exhale. All right, let's do this. Welcome to another episode of Chosen, the podcast. I'm your host, Made, and I'm so happy to be back. I had to take a week off, and we'll get into why. But first, I want to check in with you. What's going on? How are you feeling? How's your heart? How's your body? How's your mind? How's your soul? I hope life is making you smile. I hope you're at peace. I hope you're feeling good and that your summer is off to a good start and all the things. Okay. So for today, I want us to really dig deep into what it means to truly choose ourselves in all the different areas of our lives, because this is what the podcast is about. This is the concept behind Chosen. And I feel like in the last few episodes, we talked about so many different topics that were all, an extension of choosing ourselves. But I don't know if we really got into the depth of what it means and how to truly choose yourself. Like how do we do that? What does that entail? What is that about? Do you feel like you truly choose yourselves in all the areas of your lives? How is your relationship with the self? Do you have a relationship with yourself? If I were to ask you right now, how is your relationship with you? Would you be like, it's great? Or would you be like, I don't know if I have one? Okay, if you don't know if you have a relationship with yourself, this is where the problem is. This means you're not choosing yourself, because when you truly, truly choose yourself, your priority is your relationship with self. Not in a selfish way. I've said that before. I will say it again. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's healthy. It's necessary in a world that always puts your well-being last, okay? Because you have to understand the society we live in is not set up to prioritize your happiness, your health, and your well-being. The society we live in is set up for profit, for big corporations, and for the people on top to keep making more money. This is the setup of society. So if you're not taking care of yourself, understand that no one else will. So your relationship with self is crucial, and it kills me when people put their relationship with self last. I'm like, why are you treating yourself that way? Why? This is why I had to take a week off, because I had to choose me. June kicked my ass. June was such a hard month for me. I lost a friend that passed late in May. I found out late in May. And so I've been dealing with the grieving process. I've been in that process all month. It changes, it varies. I feel better now, but I still have moments where I get super sad out of nowhere for no reasons. Well, I mean for a very specific reason, but what I mean is out of the blue, I'll just get super sad. It's waves of sadness. And then on top of that, my best girlfriend in the city moved to another country far, far away. And I am already dealing with loss. And then another loss on top of it. I was just I think my heart is gonna break in half, literally, because I feel strong, healthy female friendships are so important, and they can be rare, to have such a solid girl in your life with whom it's easy and there's no drama and it's just chill and fun and just healthy. That's so important. And I had that here, and now she left and my heart was broken again. And then on top of that, I got sick and then on top of that I started my cycle, so I went through the whole PMSing thing, and I'm anemic, so sometimes my period is like really hard energy level wise. I have to be really careful, and on top of that I have other work that I do, so I was just like, damn, I can't right now, like the podcast will have to wait, and it's okay because I come first. My relationship with myself is my number one priority. It's so important for me because that's how I can best show up for the people around me, for my friends, for my family, for my dog, for my work, for just the rest of the planet. Every time I walk outside of my door, I know that I can be the best human being for others because I take such good care of myself. So this is what choosing yourself really is about. It's about developing that relationship with you. It's about you taking care of you. It's about you not getting in your own way. It's about you not putting yourself last. It's about you becoming your own healer. Do you know you have the capacity to heal yourself in all different areas of your life? Whether it's your physical health, whether it's your mind, whether it's your heart, whether it's your emotions, your relationship, you have the power and the ability to heal all of that. And for some reasons, we always look outwards. We always look outside for answers or for approvals or for just like the how to do certain things when we have all the answers inside of us. Listen, our bodies are such powerful healers. Our minds are such powerful creators. We have become so disconnected with self. We have become so accustomed to looking at what everyone else is doing, and we never check in. How often do you check in with yourself? I want to know that. I want to know. I want you to ask yourself, like, when's the last time I truly checked in to truly know how I'm feeling? Not on the surface, like truly. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you at peace? Are you at peace with yourself? Are you in love with yourself? And if the answer is no, why not? Why not? You literally have this one life. You're here and you have the power to make it good. You have the power to be happy and to be healthy. You only can do that for yourself. Literally, no one else can do that for you. And isn't that something that's so exciting and empowering to know that you have the power to create whatever you want out of this life? Like, you as a human being have the capacity to transform yourself in so many different ways. You have the capacity to heal yourself in different ways. Like I just said, you have the capacity to experience so many different versions of yourself and of this life. You are so multifaceted. There are so many different versions of you. Do you allow yourself to explore that? This is what it means to choose yourself. Choosing yourself means just having the courage to be all that you are in all the different ways, in all these different energies and all these different like sides of you that are allowed to be expressed. I don't understand why it is that we are so, like, why is it that we put so many restrictions on our own selves? Like, we want so much from the world. We want so much from other people. We want so much from the universe. We want so much from life and government and society and this and that. Like, what do we give our own selves? Like, do we give ourselves even half of what we ask from other people? You can't ask everything else from the world and from your relationships and from society and from your job if you're not even giving your own self that to begin with. Like, it's mind-blowing to me how sometimes we just like complain so much, and we want our lives to be different, and we want to change so badly, and we hope things would be different, yet we're not doing anything. We're not taking the power that we have to truly create. I've said this in other episodes. We're alchemists. You are so freaking powerful. You're a little alchemist. Do you utilize that power? This is why I created this podcast, because I want you to reconnect with yourself. Listen, you could listen to a million podcasts, this one included. You could listen to a million YouTube videos about how to do this and how to do that and how to heal and how to manifest and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, this is not a one size fits all. This is your life. The answer is in you doing the work for yourself. You can listen to other podcasts and videos and this and that for inspiration, for a guide. But at the end of the day, if you're going to remember one thing from everything that I've said, is invest in the relationship with you. Take the time to get to know you. Do you know you? Don't you want to know you? Don't you think you're fucking dope? Don't you think you're the shit? Like, man, I think I'm so dope. I love myself. I spend a lot of time with myself, and by choice, I enjoy my own company. Yes, sometimes I wish I had a family, right? Like, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, man, it'd be cool to have a family. Like, I'm ready for my husband and I'm ready to have kids and shit. I want that for myself, but not out of unhappiness. Not because I'm not fulfilled with what I have right now. My life as it is right now makes me super happy. I wake up every day of my life and I'm happy. Listen, even in this hard month that I had, I don't think there's a day I woke up that I was like, fuck, I don't want to wake up today. Yes, I've had extremely hard days, trust me. But I still wanted to wake up. I still was happy to just be here and to be alive and to have another shot at this fucking crazy shit we call life. This is exciting. I want you to get excited about your life. I want you to get excited about yourself. I want you to take less time looking at what the rest of the world is doing. Take less time on social media. Take less time like looking outwards, and invest more time looking inward and asking yourself the right questions and just trying to understand who the fuck you are. Because we keep changing, we keep evolving. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You're not the same person you were last month. But do you give yourself the opportunity to know who that new person is, that new version of you is? This is what it means to choose yourself. Like, I don't understand why we are our biggest sabotagers. You know what I mean? Like, we sabotage ourselves all the time. Like, we have such big dreams and big goals and big aspirations for ourselves. But at the same time, we're the ones who are gonna come and fuck shit up for our own selves. Like, we have to make it make sense. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not saying like any of this in a way of like, oh my God, I don't understand why people do this. I'm saying it out of love. I'm saying it out of, like, it's not judgmental. It's really out of love, because I used to be that person. I used to be someone who was, how can I say that? I used to fight against my own self a lot. I used to not like myself very much. I used to engage in a lot of toxic behaviors with my own self. And the moment that changed is the moment I was like, I need to choose me. No one else is going to choose me if I don't choose me. And by no one else, I don't mean like a romantic partner or something like that. I mean like, this is where it starts. Like, if I expect things on the outside to be a certain way, if I want a happy, healthy, fulfilling, exciting, abundant life, I need to show up for myself and give myself a version of that first to be able to know what that's like so I can attract it. How are you going to manifest something if you have no idea what it feels like? Because here's the thing, like manifestation is truly about, like, you can say all the affirmations you want, you can do all the journaling you want and all of that. It really starts with your energy. What's the energy you're emanating? What's the energy you're giving off? This is where it starts. Because you can say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich 1,000 times. If you feel poor inside, if the energy you're giving off is the energy of lack, then that's what you're going to get, right? I'm not the first or the last person who's going to say that. So what I mean by that is it all starts with you and your energy. So before we want to attract things on the outside, we have to fix our hearts first. We have to fix ourselves first. We have to be in a feeling and in an energy of like feeling good and feeling abundant and feeling happy, regardless of what the world on the outside looks like. Like in my mind, in how I feel, in my body, in my soul, in my heart, I have the richest life ever. And not because of the material, not because of the things that I own or the things that I have. If we look at that, we'd be like, girl is delulu. Yeah, maybe. But how I'm feeling inside, I feel serene, I feel at peace, I feel abundant, I feel rich. I have so much love to give. I have so much positive energy to give. I am so just like in love with life. I'm so in love with myself, and that took me, Jesus, so many years to be able to achieve that, so many years to be able to be at peace with myself in a way, in this kind of way, right? And the switch was that I was like, okay, from now on, I am choosing myself. If I chose myself every single day, how would I behave? How would my interactions change? How would the boundaries I have with toxic people change? How would I interact with my work? How would I show up for myself? How would I make choices on the things I eat and the kind of food I buy? How would my discipline change? How would the way I treat my body change? Right? And so I started looking at all these different areas of my life, and I was like, okay, in this area, I'm doing all right. I'm choosing myself. In this area, not at all. In this area, not at all. In this area, not at all. And I started making changes. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to really get serious with yourself. Are you your most important relationship? Are you head over heels in love with yourself, not in a cocky, not in a self-absorbed, vain way, just in a pure way of like, you're you, love on you. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you love on yourself so much? Why wouldn't you want to give yourself the world? Why wouldn't you want to fucking hug yourself? Why wouldn't you want to treat yourself better? Why wouldn't you want to give yourself the best of life? Why not? If there are parts of you that think you don't deserve it, you have to heal that. That's another part of choosing yourself. Healing. Healing. Remember who you are. Connect with you, connect with your essence, with your being, with your soul that is so freaking pure and just straight up love energy. You're a ball of love. You're a light in your energy. All the rest is noise. All the rest is an illusion. All the rest is like walls we've built in order to be able to function in the society we live in. So you have your sort of outside facade that you present the world, and that's okay. That's That's for them. That's for the world. That's for like when you get out there and you have to show up. But your relationship with self is not external. Your relationship with self is like inner. It's your core. And this is so pure. Like, you only have access to that. So you should be like so excited about reconnecting with that part of you. You should be so excited about like strengthening that relationship and just like really getting to know your inner you, really getting to know like in what ways you can evolve and in what ways you can challenge yourself and in what ways you can transform and manifest a different version of you. And please, please, please stop being afraid of yourself. Stop being afraid of all that you are. Stop being afraid of your darkness and stop being afraid of your light. You're allowed to shine so freaking bright, but you never will if you don't give yourself permission. If you don't stop being afraid of everything you have to offer. Like, open the fucking gates, man. Open the doors. Like, let your light shine. Let your light just freaking light up the world. Please give yourself that opportunity. Like, you have to choose you. My God. I get like, honestly, I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry at all. I get so passionate about this because I see so many people in my own life even that are not choosing themselves, that are putting themselves last, that are treating themselves so poorly, that are making all sorts of crazy choices for their health, that are damaging their bodies and their mental health, and that are wondering why are things in their lives not working the way they want. This is why. This is why, because you're not communicating with you. You're not checking in with you. You don't have a relationship with what's going on. Your body will tell you what you need. Your mind, your soul, your heart communicate with you all the time. We just don't listen. It's crazy sometimes, like we'll pray and we'll ask for guidance and we'll ask the universe for answers, and then we get the answers and we're like, I didn't want these answers. I wanted other answers, so I'm not gonna take that. Like, I've done that in my life where I've been like, asking the universe, asking like in my prayers, I'm like, God, I just wanna like contribute to making this world a better place. I just want to help people and I just want to be a light, and I wanted to do it through acting. I thought I would get a platform with acting and then do that, right? And so I'm praying to God, and then God is like, you should start a podcast and you should call it Chosen the Podcast. And I'm like, nah, I never said anything about a podcast. I was talking about acting. And God is like, no. You talked about wanting to make a difference. You talked about wanting to help people. You talked about making a contribution. And if I check in with me, and if I really allow myself to listen to what I need and what I want and what my soul is asking for, this is what my soul is asking for. So therefore, if I choose myself, I'm in perfect alignment with Source and with God, and I go, oh, okay, thank you. I guess I'll run with that and I'll create a podcast. You know what I mean? So this is like how I want to end this episode, is just by like reminding you of your power and of how when the saying like all the answers you need are within you. It's true. It's not just a saying. The answers you need are truly within you. The moment you decide to fully and wholeheartedly choose yourself and listen, you'll be able to hear all the answers you've been looking for. But for that to happen, you have to like tune out and silence the outside noise. You have to stop looking for outside validation. You have to stop wanting approval from others. You have to stop like needing outward things to give you the answers you're seeking, and you have to like look within and take a pause. And then all of a sudden, you'll get what I call these downloads. I mean, I'm not the one who calls them downloads. That's what they're called. You'll get these downloads from yourself, from your soul, from source. And you'll go, okay, I'm back. I'm here. I'm connected. Like, I'm choosing me and it's working. So, you know, I don't know if I want to do an assignment this week. I think I just want you to love on yourself and to nurture your relationship with you. So I'm not going to tell you what that's supposed to look like. So do whatever you want, as long as you take some extra time this week to be with you and to check in with you and to prioritize your relationship with self however you want, and that can look many different ways. And I just want to reiterate the fact that choosing yourself is like not only such a beautiful thing to give you, and it's so important for you, but imagine how better you're going to show up in the world and for your relationships if your relationship with self is so strong and so good and so positive. Like, that can only have a positive effect on the rest of the world. So for the people who may think, oh my God, like life is not all about the self and it's not always about us. No, but that's where it starts. And then we can pour onto other people. But you gotta start, it's gonna start here. I'm sorry, but the only way you can be your best self for the rest of the world, and the best way you can really take care of the people you love and be there for your partner and your kids and your pets and your family and your parents and your siblings and your coworkers, is if you're really good and really just thriving within your own self. If you're happy and content and healed and feeling great, then you can show up and be your best you for the rest of the world. Like, what a beautiful gift. So on that note, thank you so much for being here. It's time to wrap up the episode. I love you. I am very grateful for you. And I will see you next week for another episode of Chosen, the podcast.